that mean? When I sit in this seat of authority, nothing can cause me to be removed. Because the owner of the whole entire thing has made me in co-heir with him. And so whatever he owns, I own now. Because ownership isn't proved by presence. It's proved by what? Authority. I have the authority. Why? Because I have the title deed. It says faith in Hebrews, in the Amplified version, it says that faith is the title deed. And so as long as I express my faith in Christ Jesus, guess what? I have the title deed. Everyone else is asking, is anyone sitting here? But owners never ask the question. Why? Because the space exists because of them. This space exists because of you. Everything that God has called you to do in your life exists because you're an owner. We're asking questions. We're asking God to do things that he's given us the authority to do. I was listening to this message by Brother Kenneth Hagin, and he was talking about the authority of the believer, and he recalled a specific book that he was reading by Smith Wigglesworth, apostle of faith, who lived hundreds some years ago. And he said that Brother Smith was sitting at a bus stop. He was standing at a bus stop and he was waiting. This is early 1920s, 1900s. He was standing waiting for a bus to come, and he saw this lady walk out, and the lady walked out, and this dog ran up to her, and the dog just kept barking. He just, he jumping on her leg and jumping on her leg, and he was jumping on her leg, and she was like, okay, get down, get down. And she was being real cute with it. And then the bus pulled up and it was time for her to go, but the dog kept jumping on her. And she was like, okay, and she just kept on jumping on the dog. And then finally she said, get. And the dog ran and tucked his tail under and left. But she had to use a little bit more tone and a little bit more firmness and a little bit more authority in her voice. And then the dog left. And Smith said after that, and that's exactly how we need to speak to the devil. Some things we're praying for, we need to use authority and speak to because we have a seated authority. And we're waiting for God to move on something that he's given us the authority to speak to.